Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me. I see a couple of people are popping in. I'm gonna give it another minute here before I get started. But if someone can just let me know in the chat if they can hear me okay, I just wanna make sure before I get started. I hope everyone's doing well today and having a great day. This is a little unscheduled. I didn't have a video to upload this week, so I thought it might be kind of fun to... Oh, thank you, Susan. Sounds like you guys can hear me. Awesome. So I didn't have a video ready to go for this week, so I decided it might be kind of fun to show you guys some of the cards that I made for the design team for Picket Fence Studios this month, as well as some of the new release products, and then just talk about what my favorites were and why I like them and different ideas that along the way, tips and tricks and things like that. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I'm gonna kind of jump right in, switch my camera over here. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is the first card that I wanted to show you guys. It's so cute. You have this little girl with her unicorn, and then this gorgeous rainbow in the background with some clouds, as well as the Friends die, and then I have it popped up here on some double-sided adhesive foam. So it's really cute, and this card I used from the new release, I used the My Pet Unicorn Deer stamps and coordinating dies. So you can see, isn't she adorable? Really, really liked this stamp set. I thought it was so cute. Has these little butterflies that come with it. And I like that the coordinating die set, it comes with this standalone Friends word die, and that's where this guy came from. So I thought this was a really awesome set. It's at a good price point as well, which was always nice. And I thought it's just really pretty and whimsical. And there's a whole line of deer products that Picket Fence Studios has, and they are all super cute if you like this style of stamp. So in the background, you can see I have these clouds here. And to create those clouds, I used some blue cardstock, and then I used white pigment ink. And I don't think I'm actually looking at the camera over here. So there we go. I used white pigment ink on the blue cardstock, which was really fun. And what I did to create those clouds is I used this stencil. This is not a new release. This is a previous release, but I absolutely adore this cloud stencil. It is any kind of cloud you could make, different sizes. It's awesome. And they're very realistic looking clouds as opposed to the more kind of cartoony clouds that you might also have in your stash. And those are great. I like those as well. You'll see a card that I made later where I used more of that style of cloud. But these clouds are really fun because they are so realistic. And it comes with all of the masks. They all fit inside of each other, which is really cool. For this one in particular, I think I used this one. And essentially what I did is I just put it on, and then I used my white pigment ink in order to create the cloud layer, and then I could move up and do the next layer. So really awesome set if you are interested in cloud set. Now, the thing I love the most about this card is this awesome glaze that I used, which is new this month. It is in Hibiscus pink and Huckleberry blue. I'm gonna just show you guys. This stuff is, oh, I just put lotion on. Oops. All right, this is the Hibiscus blue. Look, I mean, this stuff is just gorgeous. It's so creamy and it looks amazing on a card. And actually, now that I'm saying that, I just put together all of the stuff for the live right before coming on here. And I just want to double check that because I think I might have actually used... yeah, I thought so. Oops, just kidding, guys. I used, let me grab it. Okay. I was going to talk about the Luxes. They are new to Picket Fence Studio. I was going to wait and talk about them later. But on this card, I used the Turquoise Jewelry Luxe, which the Luxe is a completely new line with the Hibiscus pink. And so I'm going to show this to you guys. It is this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous turquoise color. And it is so chock full of glitter and mica and sparkly goodness. You just can't even believe it. It's awesome. So I used that with the Hibiscus pink glaze. Now the glaze is like super shiny and beautiful, but it doesn't have the glitter in it. So it's a little bit different, but check that out. If you guys know me, you know I love stencils and I love mixed media products like this. And so these are really cool. And what I did is I used a previously released stencil, this Rainbow of Hearts A2 stencil, and I took one of my little daubers like this, and I had these little felt pads that you can put on, and I took that and I just took some of the turquoise jewelry, put it on, and then I got a new little felt pad and I put some of the hibiscus pink on, and that way I got kind of this thin coverage, so it's not super thick like you usually will have, a little bit thicker with a stencil, but in these areas like here I was able to get it to overlap to kind of create a purpley color, and I just thought that was really, really pretty. So that was the first card I made. And you guys let me know along the way if you have any questions about any of my cards, how I did something. This is sort of a new format I'm trying out just to show you guys what I've been up to, what I've been making, and what products I'm really into at the moment. So it's a little different for me, so definitely let me know if you have questions. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, that kind of stuff. I would love to see you all chatting in the chat. Okay, here is my second card that I had made, and this card is so cute. It's a shaker card, and I'm gonna shake it up for you there. For this card, I used the new set Princessland Deer. This is also in the Deer series. And I have the coordinating dies. But this set is super cute. Look at this. So you have this big giant castle, which if you are the type of person that has trouble with backgrounds at all or creating scenes, having a large stamp like this is awesome because it will take up a large chunk of your card. And then you have this cute little princess and this Pegasus. You've got a dragon and a prince, or maybe short-haired princess, you know, whichever you would like. And you have a unicorn here, and then you have all these cute little sentiments. I really like this sentiment, a dream is a wish a heart makes. So that's the one that I had used on my card. And what I did, which is something I like to do as well, is I like to look at my stamps and see if there's a way that I can kind of take a piece of it, take an element of it and put it into a card. So that's something to definitely look at when you're trying to put together a card or get more use out of a stamp set. You can look and see, like, how can I manipulate the actual stamps that I have in this set. So for this one, what I did is I stamped out the castle and I just colored one of the turrets here, and I was then able to use that on my card. And I've got the prince and the princess and the little unicorn there. And I did a really fun technique with this one. I used that same cloud stencil I was talking about before, the 52 layers of clouds. I'm not kidding you guys when I say I love that stencil. And I used Silver Sparkle alcohol ink paper. And then I used, again, just a dauber like this and the felt pad. And I put the alcohol ink color on here that I wanted, as well as some blending solution. And I actually just took the stencil, put it over the silver ink cardstock, and dabbed around the cloud, moved it, did the same thing. And at first it kind of looked a little bit like a hot mess, but when it was done, it created this really cool, sparkly cloud background that was just kind of like magical and whimsical. I thought it turned out really, really cool. I was very happy with that. And along with this, I used this new gorgeous sequin mix, which it's called Unicorn Sparkle. And it has all of these cute little pink and white unicorns in it, as well as some pink and I think white clay hearts in there. Yeah, white clay hearts. And then some of this silver shaker garnish. And I think there's some iridescent pink sequins in there. It's just a really fun, girly, kind of magical sequin mix. I really liked it. You could use it on any kind of unicorn magic castle kind of card. I thought it was really fun. And to create that double stitched edging, as well as to create this cloud inset piece, I used the mini slimline double stitched rectangles die set. And this is a cool set. This is previously released, but I just want to show you guys, it's a big die set. It comes with a bunch of different stuff. You have your 2 double stitched rectangles. You have this inset cloud piece. You get this hello there die, this hooray die, and then you have 2 trees. So this alone can create so many different scenes, and I've used it before on other cards as well. So it's definitely one that I reach for frequently when I'm making a mini slimline card. So I just want to show you guys that, and you can see that's that outer double stitch rectangle. Fun. And then I just die cut the little characters and pop them up on some double-sided adhesive foam. Really cute. All right, next card. Okay, guys. I used, here's my next card. Love this card. Super cute. I just saw a flying pig. It makes me giggle. I used the new When Birthday Pigs Fly stamp and die set. Really fun. Has all these cute little sentiments. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. I just saw a flying pig. You did say when pigs could fly. Got some happy birthday for you on this special day. And then all these cute, cute little images. I love the little birthday cakes. Those are adorable. And those are the coordinating dies there. And then I made this card as a shaker as well. And I thought this was kind of fun. I took this slimline curvy rainbow die, which I've made other cards with in the past. And it is a fun previous release, and you can use this on a slimline card, but you also, again, like I was saying before, think about other ways you can use your dies. Can you take a slimline die and put it on an A2 card? What can you do with that? And that's what I was thinking about when I created this card. That's what prompted the whole card. I said, I've got this gorgeous slimline die. I want to make an A2 card with it. What's the best way to do that? So I just took a piece of A2 cardstock and I started, turning it around on there, trying to figure out, oh, I could do something like this or this. And then I came down here and I went, oh, bingo, that's perfect. And so what I did is I cut this out of my ink blended panel, And then I die cut several of the cloud piece just by itself. I just ran little scrap pieces of white cardstock through my die cut machine. And I cut out 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And you can see I just went ahead and glued those clouds on top there. And then I was able to pop up this ink blended panel and make it into this cute little shaker and put my little pigs on there. That sentiment cracks me up. But this is the new sequin mix. This is what I used for the inside of this card. And it is so funny. It has these little clay pigs in it, which crack me up. I just love their little pink faces. I'm a sucker for cute clay pieces and sequin mixes though. I love that so much. All right. So this was I didn't use a ton of products on this card. It was just this die, this sequin mix, and then the stamp set with its dies. But it's a really adorable card, and this would be perfect for a birthday card, any kind of card, really. You can make a generic or a birthday card. Lots of fun. Everybody loves cute little piggies, I think. Well, most people do. I do. All right. I've got 2 more cards to show you guys. I made 5 cards this month. And this card is so cute. I love the sentiment that I used. It's that there's always time for a cocktail. And this image here comes from the new Done Adulting for the Day stamp set, which I saw this, you guys, and I was like, oh, yay, it's almost summer. I can't wait to go to the beach and escape and go hang out in the sun. It's been kind of cool and rainy and dreary here in Washington, so I'm definitely over it, and I'm ready for some sunshine and some beach time. And this stamp set I thought was perfect. You've got this person sitting here with this big giant floppy hat on with a drink in their hand. I love it. And their little flip-flops there, and they're on the beach. And I love this sentiment, no adulting allowed. Really fun. You can find me in an oversized hat holding an adult drink with sand in my toes. Let's escape. Cheers, my friend. Hello. There's just lots of sentiments included, which is fun with that main stamp. Now, I did not use the coordinating die set, but there is a coordinating die set. And what's nice is it includes all of the dies for the sentiments, which for me, I really like, because I like to be able to pop my sentiments up. So I thought that was awesome. But this card, what I did a really fun technique. Now this was previously released. I used a watercoloring scene blending stencil, and this is a slimline size stencil. And again, one of the things I love about the Picket Fence Studios stencils is they almost always, it seems like, come with the masks, which is really fun. And I've had people ask, like, what's the point of the masks? What can you do with them? And what's fun about the masks, you can see on this card, I used, which one did I use? One of these guys. This one. So I used this and I taped it down to my card front, and then I was able to do all of this coloring here, and I had my Done Adulting stamp already stamped on the card front with a mask over it, so I could then do all the coloring. So that way it created this beautiful sort of seamless 1-layer image when I was done. Really love that. And I just used dye inks for that, and then I had colored the image in with Copic markers, which was fun. But going back to what I was saying, people sometimes ask me, well, why are masks included in stencil sets? What's the point? So if I had this card and let's say I had done all this, but then I was like, you know what? I want this main white area. I want that to be like a really beautiful sunset orange or something like that. I could take the mask and I can adhere it over one of these masks is the right one. I don't know which one. There it is. I could adhere it over where I've already colored, and then I can ink blend around it without getting anything where I've done my other color. So it's really fun. Look at your stencils if they have masks. You can create so many more looks with those masks. Or if I wanted this to be white, I could just color around this, and then this would be white in there. Fun stuff. Okay. So on this card also, the other thing I used that I really loved from the release is I used this really cute stamp and die sentiment set, which is funny. It says things like, she had a cocktail in her hand and confetti in her hair. I know a lot of other people on the design team use this sentiment as well because it's just hilarious. For me, I used this one down here. There's always time for a cocktail. I just thought, you know, that's perfect for the beach for me. And maybe not everybody out there wants to have a cocktail in their hand on the beach, but I do. That's where I want to be, is on the beach with a cocktail in my hand. But then you've also got girls just want to have wine, wake up, it's wine o'clock. Given enough wine, I could rule the world. And then this cool wine bottle here. And then there are the coordinating dies sold separately that go with all of those. So super fun. I put that one here. And then for my little sequins that I used on my card, which are really pretty, if you were into oranges and like teals together, this sequin mix is one of the prettiest I've seen. It's just gorgeous. It has all these like corally, soft, pretty oranges with some iridescent colors and some teal colors. And this would look amazing in a shaker, or just you can pick and choose like I did here and add some cute little accents. Love it. Love it. Okay. The last card I want to show you guys is this card. This card is so fun. I keep saying that, but that's just because I get so excited to show you guys the cards that I've made. I oftentimes will post pictures over on Instagram, but I don't get to like talk about the card or tell you why I made the card or what I liked about the card or how the card could be used, that kind of stuff. So this is fun for me to be able to sort of show more in depth what the purpose of the card was, or how I made the card, the way I did it, so that you guys could replicate it if you want to, because I love people getting inspired by cards that I've made. That makes me very happy. So what I did for this card is I used this absolutely gorgeous new stamp set, which is a hummingbird song. And it has this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful detailed hummingbird. Like, get out of town. Can you guys believe all of that gorgeous detail? It's got these like flowers in here, and then the beautiful wings, and it requires minimal coloring because it's so detailed. So that's really nice about this. And it has all these beautiful sentiments. I like the hummingbirds, like style stamps, because you can use them for so many different kinds of occasions. Sympathy cards, weddings, I love you. The hummingbird's just, this like beautiful symbol. So it can be used for all kinds of different things. And it has the coordinating dies. And again, the dies cut out the sentiments. I love that. I'm not sure if it cuts out all of them, but it cuts out a lot of them, which is nice. So when I made this card, I did not have the coordinating dies at the time. So what I did is I stamped that beautiful hummingbird, and black embossing powder on some heat resistant vellum. And then I did one of my favorite techniques that I don't get a chance to do too often, which I painted the hummingbird with alcohol inks. It's really, really easy to do. It does not take much time at all. Essentially, you put a drop of alcohol ink on, your acrylic block. You just use a little tiny paintbrush like this, and you get a little dish of rubbing alcohol, and you get your brush wet. You dip it a little bit in there, and you just paint in. Super simple. Like, you don't even have to be terribly exact. Rinse your brush out in the rubbing alcohol, get the next color, paint it in. And it gives you this gorgeous, gorgeous stained glass look, which I absolutely love. I think it's so pretty. So you've got that. And then also new to this release, which I'm kind of in love with, and this might be my favorite thing from June's release, is this tile montage stencil. It is so pretty. I love how elegant it looks. It's kind of got this beautiful vintage look to it, but at the same time it's not like overly vintage. It doesn't look like, super old. It looks kind of like a elegant vintage, I guess, is what I think anyway. You guys might think differently. But I really like this stencil. And what I did on the card is I used 2 of the new colors of the Luxe paper glaze. I used this Spanish moss color, which I'm kind of also in love with because it is this like greenish gray color, which isn't normally something I would reach for, but it's subdued, but it's gorgeous. I'll show you up close on the card. It's one of those colors where it's an ideal background color because it's not going to take away from whatever is on the front of your card. It's just going to enhance it. And I also use the new Arctic Fox Glaze Luxe, which these are so super sparkly and glittery. Really, really pretty. They're just chock full of blingy goodness. I love it. So what I did is I took the tile montage stencil and I did some of the Spanish moss and then some of the Arctic Fox, and I did that in a pattern. And then when I smoothed everything out, I let them blend together a little bit. That's really nice about the Arctic Fox, is it does really well with blending. And you can sort of see her, they sort of blend together. Oh, there we go, that's good. You guys can see how beautiful and shiny and blingy that is. Gorgeous. And I want to show you a couple of things. I did a live over in the Picket Fence Studios community group on Facebook going over this tile stencil and the technique. So if you guys want to see that and see live how I did that technique, definitely take a look at the Picket Fence Studios community page and join the group over there, and you can look at the replay of that live. It was a lot of fun. But during the live, I painted one more of the hummingbird, and I just wanted to show you I had another one that I had done. I made a card during that live. It's a little bit different from the one I made for the design team. This one, I die cut the vellum out, and you can see, let me put it against something white because that really shows you how pretty it is. Isn't that pretty? Love it. And this was a background that I did just in the Arctic Fox, which I kind of can't get over how pretty that really is. Really gorgeous. And then this was a background that I did on the live with the Arctic fox and the Spanish moss. Isn't that pretty, guys? Love it. And then just for fun, I also made a background using the two new Glaze colors, the Hibiscus pink and the Huckleberry blue that I showed you earlier, with that tile montage stencil as well, just to give you an idea of how different of a look you can get using different colors with the same exact stencil. But you can see the Glaze, it's a little different because it doesn't have the glitter in it. It's more of like, it's got this really pretty shine. I like the Glaze a lot too. Whereas the Glaze that Luxe, it's got all that glitter in it. So in person, you can just even see more of the little glitter flecks. It's really pretty and nothing rubs off, which is why I love these glittery products like this, because you don't have to worry about glitter getting anywhere or being all over your desk or anything like that after the fact. So I really am a huge fan of the new Luxe line. I think it's awesome. And then I was going to show you one last thing for this card and for the card I made for the design team. Just wanted to show you where I got the sentiment from. I used the Fancy Friendship sentiments and dies, and these are really nice sentiments. I like them a lot. I've used them on several cards that I've done for the design team. But they just have these really nice sentiments. You are my inspiration. You make my day special. So you can see on this one, I used you are my inspiration on that one. Friends make the world better. A special note. Friendship is the wine of life. Thank you for all the little things. This day is special because of you, which is what I had used on the version I did for the design team. Crime, which I think is sweet as well. And the reason I like this sentiment set so much is the coordinating dies. Look at how they cut out those sentiments. Like oftentimes you'll have coordinating dies and they give you this very wide margin around the sentiment. I like these dies a lot because they get right up in there and create this really detailed sentiment for you to use on your card that isn't going to cover everything else going on. So I use these on this hummingbird card I did because I really wanted to still be able to show off all of that beautiful coloring and detail of the hummingbird, and I didn't want to distract from it, but I still wanted the sentiment to be there. So I stamped, and then I did two or three, I can't remember, additional die cuts of the sentiment, so that way I could layer them up with some liquid adhesive and give it just a little bit of dimension on there. But this is a nice card because this is super flat. It would have fit no problem in a standard A2 envelope and get mailed. I was really pleased with how that turned out. Okay. All right, guys. Well, those are the 5 cards that I made for June using the new June Picket Fence Studio Release. Let's see if I can switch you guys over here. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. I did link down below in the description, hopefully it shows up there, all of the items that I used from the new release to make these cards. So if you're interested at all, that's where you can find them. Or if you want to go check out the whole new release, you can do that as well. Lots of awesome products if you want to check those out. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come and hang out with me. I know this was kind of a random live. I didn't have it scheduled or tell you guys in advance, but I just wanted to test this out. So definitely let me know down in the comments if you liked seeing the new products and if you liked seeing the cards that I made for the month of June for Picket Fence. And let me know if you'd like me to do this on a monthly basis going forward. Just to give you, I love showing off the cards. That's what the fun part is of making the cards, is then you get to show them to people and say like, look, I made this, and then you can send it off in the mail. But you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a chance to get crafty today. Really appreciate you guys watching the video. Have a good one. Bye. Let's see. Well, let's see if I can figure out how to end it. There it is. All right. Bye, guys.